Ever feel like HR is stuck? Like we're all trying to solve the same problems, but just keep spinning our wheels?
Yeah, totally.
Sylvia really hits on that in her article, HR, Sit Down Now. It's like a wake-up call.
It is. The thing that really struck me was her point about who HR professionals are looking to for guidance.
Oh, yeah.
It's like we're all looking to each other for answers, but we're all struggling with the same things.
Right.
It's like comfort in shared misery, I guess you could say, instead of actually learning from the people who are like killing it.
Totally. She literally describes this room full of 200 HR pros at a conference,
Oh, yeah, I read that.
and they're all just hoping someone else has like the magic solution. But if everyone's struggling with retention, talent shortages, and all that stuff, maybe the answers aren't going to be found in that room.
Exactly. It's like going to a doctor who's also sick.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect them to have the cure, right? So Sylvia's arguing that HR needs to stop looking to other struggling departments and start learning from those who are actually thriving. What are they doing differently?
Okay, so we're learning from the wrong people. But what are we doing wrong ourselves? Sylvia doesn't hold back. She calls HR a hoarder. We're so busy chasing trends and collecting initiatives that we've lost sight of what really matters.
It's true. And that's where those 4 questions come in, right?
Yeah.
They're so simple, but they really force you to cut through all that clutter and get real about your purpose. What do you, as an HR professional, actually want to achieve?
Yeah, what does your business actually need from HR?
Yeah.
Not what some guru says every company needs, but what are the unique challenges in your company?
Exactly. And then think about your people. What do they need and want from HR? Are you even asking them? Or are you just throwing the latest trendy program at them and hoping it sticks?
And then the big question, how do you make all those things happen? This isn't about collecting more initiatives. It's about creating a strategy that actually works for your situation.
And that's the thing about successful people in any field, HR included, obviously. They have this amazing ability to just cut through the noise. They don't get distracted by every shiny new thing.
They're just laser focused on their goals and they filter everything through that lens.
Yeah. Think about it. All those networking events where people just swap complaints and trendy ideas. Sylvia argues those events are part of the problem.
They're just echoing the same ineffective strategies.
Exactly. So instead of going to that event and complaining about the latest buzzword,
Successful HR professionals are probably having a different conversation altogether.
totally, they're asking what's actually working for you. They're seeking out mentors who have a track record of success, you know what I mean? They're focused on learning from people who are actually making a difference, not just making noise.
Yeah, surrounding yourself with the right influences and
Yeah.
being really intentional about who you're learning from.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about this whole decluttering thing. Sylvia doesn't just mean this metaphorically, right? She's talking about all those HR programs and initiatives. The ones that sound good on paper, but they don't actually deliver results.
Oh, you mean like those employee engagement surveys that generate mountains of data,
Yes, exactly.
but never seem to lead to any meaningful change?
It's all clutter, taking up valuable time and resources, things that could be spent elsewhere. We need to be ruthless.
Ruthless about getting rid of anything that isn't directly contributing to our goals.
Exactly. It's like cleaning out your closet. You might be attached to that old sweater, but if you haven't worn it in years,
Time to let it go.
same with those HR initiatives. Be honest with yourself. What's working and what's not.
So if a program isn't delivering tangible results,
It's time to cut it loose.
okay, but how do we know which initiatives are actually working? Sometimes it's hard to measure the impact of HR programs.
That's a good point. It's not always easy to quantify the value of things like employee engagement or company culture.
Right.
But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try.
So how do we do that?
Well, first of all, we need to be clear about what we're trying to achieve with each initiative, right?
Like, what are the specific goals?
Yeah, what are the metrics we're using to measure success?
Okay, so we need to track those metrics
Yes,
and be honest about whether we're meeting our goals or not.
exactly. And if we're not seeing the results we want, we need to be willing to adapt. Or even scrap the program altogether. It's about being agile.
Responsive.
Yeah. Sylvia argues that this willingness to adapt,
Ching-chang.
yeah, it's like a hallmark of the successful HR professionals.
They're not afraid to experiment, right?
Right. Try new things, let go of what's not working.
And not afraid to challenge the status quo.
Always looking for ways to improve, to
Yeah.
innovate, make HR a more strategic partner in their organization.
I love that. HR is a strategic partner.
Right.
It's not just about administrative tasks or compliance.
Right.
It's about being a driving force for positive change within the organization.
Absolutely. And I think Sylvia's article really offers like a roadmap for how we can achieve that.
Yeah.
Focusing on the right things, learning from the right people,
Mm.
and having the courage to just break free from the pack, Do your own thing.
Be bold, be innovative,
Yeah.
and be truly committed to making a difference.
Yeah, and remember that HR has the power to actually transform organizations
Totally.
and improve the lives of employees.
It's a powerful message.
It is.
I think it's one that we all need to hear.
So as you reflect on Sylvia's insights, I want you to ask yourself something.
Okay.
What can you do to declutter your approach? Focus on your core purpose
Okay.
and start thriving, not just surviving.
Because the future of HR,
Yeah.
it's in our hands.
It all comes back to Sylvia's main message. HR, sit down now, stop, take a breath, and really think about what you're doing and why.
Yeah. It's about getting back to basics, right? Like, what is HR supposed to be?
Exactly, a strategic partner that supports the business and its people.
Right.
So that means being selective about which initiatives we choose. You can't just jump on every bandwagon.
Right. Or chase every new trend.
Exactly. We have to ask, does this actually align with our goals? Does it really serve the needs of our organization, our employees?
That reminds me of what you were saying earlier about learning from the right people. Instead of looking to other struggling HR departments, we should be seeking out the ones that are thriving.
Absolutely.
But how do we even find those people? They're probably not the loudest voices in the room.
True. Probably not boasting about all the latest fads. You have to look beyond the hype,
Right.
Seek out those who are quietly achieving amazing results.
So where do we find these HR heroes? We were talking about going to different conferences, reading different things.
It could be all of the above, honestly. Maybe it's connecting with someone on LinkedIn that you admire or reaching out to a speaker who really impressed you at a conference. You could even just ask your network for recommendations.
It's about being proactive
Yeah.
and intentional,
Yeah.
about finding people who can offer guidance.
Exactly. And remember, learning doesn't have to be so formal.
Yeah.
It could just be grabbing coffee with someone you admire
Okay.
or shadowing them for a day. Just see how they approach their work.
Sylvia would probably say that sometimes the best learning comes from stepping outside of HR altogether.
Totally agree. Looking at other functions in your company,
Oh, yeah.
how they operate, or even how other industries approach the same challenges. New perspectives, could spark some new ideas.
So it's about being curious, being open to new ideas, and constantly challenging our own assumptions about how things should be done.
That's how we move from just surviving to actually thriving
That's how we declutter, focus on our purpose.
and become the strategic partners our organizations need us to be.
It's like a call to action for everyone in HR. To step up, be bold, make a difference.
And to do that, we need to remember what matters: our people, our organizations, and our purpose.
So let's sit down,
Yeah.
clear the clutter,
Uh-huh.
and get to work.
That's
That's it for this deep dive. We hope you found it insightful.
and inspiring.
Until next time, remember to block out the noise and focus on what matters.